Today's goal is shoulder mobility and spinal mobility. Start by lying down in a supine position, focusing on setting your breath in through the nose, sending that breath to the belly, out through the mouth. Now bend the knees, working on a little shoulder flexion here, reaching overhead, coming back to center. As you reach overhead, pull the rib cage down, keeping your low back pressed into the floor. Keep your shoulders pressed into the floor as well as you reach overhead. Coming up to a seated position, set your posture, stacking the rib cage over the hips, shoulders over the rib cage. Nice long spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. Now moving into a neck stretch as well as a shoulder stretch, place the hand at the low back. Pull that shoulder back and down and pulling that head away. Feeling a stretch into the upper trap, shoulder, neck. Just a gentle tug here, don't force it. And breathe in through the belly, sending that breath out through the mouth. Now into a lateral flexion of the spine. Bend to one side. Again, keeping the rib cage stacked over the hips. You'll feel a stretch on one side and a contraction in the oblique on the other. Now moving in seated rotation, focus on the rotation from the rib cage up. Bring your chest through, crown of the head to the ceiling. And switch sides. Again, lift the chest through, nice long spine. Coming into a tabletop position, working on some more lateral flexion of the spine, tail wagging. So looking over the shoulder, bringing the foot to one side, feeling that crunchy in the oblique on one side and a stretch on the opposing side. Now let's work on flexion extension through cat and cow. Inhale on the lift. Exhale as we round, pushing that upper back to the ceiling. Now we'll thread the needle, open that chest, reach under, press into the floor, pulling that scapula away. Keeping this dynamic, we'll inhale, lift again, and exhale as we reach under, pressing to the floor. Try to increase your range of motion through each rep. Now switch to the other side. Again, inhale, lift, exhale as you reach. Just working on that rotation, mobility through the spine, in the thoracic spine, mid to upper back. And now moving into a child's pose variation, bringing the knees together, stacking on the toes, bringing the hips to heels, and then thumbs turned up towards the ceiling, press into the floor, allowing your head to fall between the arms, feeling that stretch into the armpits, the lats, that large back muscle, maybe into the low back. And then finally come back around to seated position, slowly lower, and finishing with relaxation. Namaste.